So I encourage you this week as you go about your daily activities to take some time to just sit down and say, what do I want in my life? Do I want an intimate relationship? Do I want more love? Do I want more harmony? Do I want more laughter? Do I want more joy? List it out. What do I need to want in my life that is there? Want what I have. Perhaps I can change my attitude or my perspective on something that I'm struggling with. Might be a boss, might be a coworker, might be a next door neighbor. It might just be a basic fact of life that sometimes the weather turns bad. Want what I have, and what I don't want, move on. Get it out of my circle of life. Change the unacceptable. Every one of us has the ability to do that, and if we can't change the unacceptable, we can't accept the unchangeable. 4 basic premises of life. Now, if you stop and think about every single animal out there other than human beings, that's what they do every single day. Before they put in the New Brush Creek, there were heavy rains and the creek would flood, and I lived just down the street, and I would see animals coming up from down by the creek because the waters were flooding and they had to move away from their homes. There were moles and there were possums and all sorts of different things. They just accepted the unchangeable that they had to move. The birds do the same thing. They get up in the morning and they go out, they get the food that they need, they get what they want, they move away from what they don't want. They accept the unchangeable, they change the unacceptable. And this is exactly the point that Jesus was driving across in the 6th chapter of Matthew when the disciples were complaining because Jesus had come along and he had taken them from their jobs, taken them from their families, and they'd gone off on this mission and to spread the good word. But they had no sources for living. They had no money. They had no food. Every day was like a new day. And so they're very worried about what was going to happen next, what was going to happen next. And he pointed out these basic 4 principles. He said, just look around you. Every living thing around you, just look at it. They're all provided for. They have what they need. They can get what they want. They can move away from what they don't want. They're provided for. Now, if God, if Spirit, if the life force, if the intelligence within us allows that to happen for the animals of the earth, don't you think that same Spirit can provide for you every single thing that you want? To be happy, to feel good, to have loving relationships, to really feel like the time you're spending in this precious little body called you, in this precious little slot of time, you have what it takes to maximize the experience of life. So as we move into meditation, I want you to just think about that for a minute. What's one thing that I would like to have more of in my life, and what's one thing I'd like to have less of? What is something that I've been fighting and battling for a long time and resisting? Unwilling to accept the unchangeable, and what can I change that is unacceptable? 4 basic little premises that will lead you down your path of life. We now move into meditation.